Sunday night. I don't even, I forget which. Yeah, Sunday kind
Sunday
of.
night.
Sunday kind of tells the whole story. I'm not sure how many times we have to talk about it, though. It's unbelievable, and it's like this time on Sunday we actually built a berm, and it worked until it didn't work anymore. And so for us it's a repetition scenario. We are rebuilding at the tune of $100,000 again, and we have this first time that we have flood insurance that is actually contributing to the cause, and we also have Catamount who's going to do like a service and clean out the whole place. First time when it happened in January was we were actually in Aruba vacationing, and Jamie came in on his own and just started, putting the humidifier in there, and because he knows the scenario from the past, and it's just the same old story, and we just with no results, and I don't know where we're going from there. Basically, that's my position, and it's evaluating a property to a degree of embarrassment to me. I mean, it's not that I was hoping to get a lot of money for it. I was counting on a lot of money for it, and certainly it's not going to be there. And just rebuilding and repairing, and I'm looking for guidance. I'm looking for help. I'm looking for solutions. If there isn't, if there is any, if there isn't, then I guess my property is going to be worthless, and then I'm looking for maybe tax-free property. No, maybe no.
Well, from our standpoint, you're certainly a valued, enterprise in Dorset, and I think number 3 on our agenda is to address your situation.
Thank you.
So, is anybody here to make any other comment other than flooding problems? Okay.
Constant flooding problems. It's not
Thank you.
one flooding problem.
Thank you. Item 3 on our agenda is what we're characterizing as the Brookside Drive flooding hazard mitigation. So Rob, why don't you give us some background, and obviously, we discussed this already a little bit, but now the events of Sunday night and Monday have certainly amplified the situation.
Yeah. Okay, so Tyler, when was it the UVM caps? It was last May, right? When that was available, we applied last spring.
No, it was in, let's see, where was it? It was last fall.
Okay. So, kind of start from the beginning, I guess. I mean, there's always, the area has always been prone to rapid kind of flooding, and it just loss of the stream banks, lots of stuff like that for years. Even it flooded during Irene. But in the last 6 months, we've had water in the building 3 times. Significant water in the building 3 times. In addition to that, I think there were 3 other events where Brookside Drive, which is the neighboring private road that has 5 houses up there, and then Butternut Glen,
we were landlocked twice this year.
So there's a kind of a confluence with 2 private roads, the commercial property, a total of around, I guess, 8 or 10 homes, and the commercial property that are impacted, now in the last 6 to 8 months or year, more than 6, 7, 8 times. And so this is kind of happening more often. We're getting feedback that there's a real problem here. Obviously, we've tried to look at what constraints there are, which is kind of reaching out to the state in terms of the Agency of Natural Resources and VTrans to see what's possible in terms of a solution. The early kind of questioning around that didn't lead to a whole lot of support from those folks. So we And we got the opportunity last fall to apply to the UVM Engineering School capstone program, which basically has allowed 5 or 6 engineering students to come down and do what amounts to kind of a preliminary feasibility study or engineering review of the whole area. And they now have a preliminary document that was in the packet there that is helpful in the sense that it points to a couple of real problems in the general area, one of which being the railroad bridge. Another issue being kind of the silting in of the general riverbed, and just kind of some other challenging kind of dynamics of the area. One of the real difficulties here is that the whole area doesn't really, from the town's perspective, the whole area doesn't involve a town structure or a town road, but it does involve, kind of that critical mass of commercial properties, 8 to 10 homes, a couple of roads, the state highway bridge and a rail bridge. So that in my kind of estimation, there's enough of an issue here for our residents that it makes sense for the town to get involved.